standing for a moment of silence for our sick, handicapped military personnel recently departed of our community. Thank you. I'd like to announce that we had an executive session prior to the start of this meeting to discuss legal and personnel matters. If you could please do the roll call.
Mr. Verducci.
Here.
Mr. Gallarducci.
Here.
Ms. Cimaroli.
Here.
Mr. Ferry.
Here.
Mr. Franchik.
Here.
Mr. Henderson.
Here.
Mr. Saracen.
Here.
Mayor Copeland. Here. Solicitor McDermott.
Here.
Engineer Howell.
Here.
I'm Joe Coward. Chief James.
Here.
Assistant Chief Sigworth.
Here.
And Chief Miller.
Here. Good, thank you. Jason.
Okay, Joe has had an opportunity to pass this to me, and first I'd like to have some recognition. First recognition of Councilman William Henderson, 22 years of service to Bridgeville Borough. Appreciate everything you've done for us in the last 20 years, and giving your time, not only as a councilman, but as also the policeman to the borough that you were here. You were going to be sadly missed.
I won't be far, but thank you, I appreciate it. I'll save my remarks for later if you don't mind.
Yep. Next one is Councilman Bruce Garducci, has 20 years of service. Bruce, thank you for all the 22 years you had. You lead Bridgeville. I mean, you do everything you possibly can for the town, having business in Bridgeville and being able to be that person to be there. So,
And I'm not going anywhere.
good. Also, Councilman Joe Verducci, 10 years of service. Joe, you've been a phenomenal asset to the borough. Brought your banking, your educational background, put a lot of things on point as far as our financials, being able to continue going forward and not being able to raise taxes for the last, I believe, Joe, 9 years. So, I mean, with that in mind, Joe, I mean, you're going to be greatly missed, and appreciate everything you've done for Bridgeville.
Thank you.
And you've led Bridgeville since from the BA's time, from when our kids were little together. So,
I am going somewhere.
I'd like to thank all the audience for everything.
I'll let,
Yep.
All right, thank you, Jason. Oh, yes, Mayor.
I would like to make some presentations this evening. Mr. Bridgeville Borough presented to William Henderson in honor of 22 years of exemplary service and steadfast dedication to the Bridgeville community. As a member of Borough Council, your commitment and leadership has left a lasting impact. Presented by your fellow council members and the mayor on this 8th day of December 2025. We thank you for all you've done to help make Bridgeville the banner community that it is.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Gallarducci,
Well, get a picture first,
well,
the two of you.
Extend the loss.
I got one more meeting, Arnie.
Mr. Gallarducci. Bridgeville Borough presented to Bruce Gallarducci in honor of 22 years of exemplary service and steadfast dedication to the Bridgeville community. As a member of Bridgeville Borough Council, your commitment and leadership has left a lasting impact. Presented by your fellow council members and the mayor this 8th day of December 2025. God bless you and thank you. And lastly, the great Mr. Joseph Verducci. Bridgeville Borough presented to Joseph Verducci in honor of 10 years of exemplary service and steadfast dedication to the Bridgeville community as a member of Borough Council. Your commitment and leadership have left a lasting impact. Presented by your fellow council members and the mayor this 8th day of December 2025.
No, Joe, you have to tell us your real birthday.
It was last week.
Today. Okay. Just a little bit of background with our or our next presenter. Kelly from Connect. In my real job, we have Brentwood Bank has been heavily involved in the municipal banking, and we came about through our contacts at the Dormont Borough, and they introduced us to Connect. And my partner in crime, Jen Hisdorf, and I have been involved with Connect a little bit, and we started learning more and more. We went to one of their meetings, and they started talking about different things, and I'm like, poor Joe. Joe Kyer is going to be going to more meetings now, because I thought that this was a great thing to just as a branch of just another different way of Joe meeting other people. And you know Joe, if he can find money, he'll find money in a different way. And I thought this was a great opportunity. So Joe and I talked a little bit. I introduced him to Kelly and her coworkers, and we thought it might be something good to consider for Bridgeville. Before we approved the membership of going there, we thought if Kelly was available to come at least present what Connect can provide to the borough, we thought it would be a great idea to at least educate the council to know what kind of benefits we could have. So Kelly, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much.
She's joined by a guest.
Yes, I also have my colleague Eric Robb. He's the director of our infrastructure and resilience programming at Connect 2. So I'm Kelly Kelly. I'm the director of public safety and well-being at Connect. Thank you all for having us out and considering joining our organization. We would love to have you as a member. As a former mayor myself, I spent 2 terms as a mayor of Turtle Creek Borough. So I know how important it is to make sure you have a network of other municipal partners and collaborators in the work that we do, because we're not always able to provide what we really need for our communities unless we kind of work together with our neighbors and really kind of build those relationships with each other. So with Connect, and you can see on our letter that we have here for you, we really have key areas of benefit for any municipality that joins. So the first bullet, financial and consulting report, and as you can see, we have multi-municipal grant opportunities, professional consultations, we have networking and collaboration, education and representation, and then also on the back you can see some of Connect's impact. I want to send it over to Eric to talk a little bit. We also have this on the last page, some of the programs that we've helped develop and have been successful throughout our over 15 years in existence.
Yeah, so, Kelly is the director of public safety, so that's one side of what we do at Connect. We try to we have governments collaborate on public safety issues, public health issues. On my side of things, it's the infrastructure issues that affect local governments. So everything from public works to long-term planning to even, some sustainable development opportunities between governments. We have worked in these sorts of areas since 2009. If you're familiar with the Coordinate PA software, that's like a utility coordination software that was actually developed with Connect, at Connect by all of our local governments, and now that is statewide. We were a part of some of the work that was done with Alcosan very early on for the consent decree, and so many governments were a part of that. Energy consortium to some of the collaboration between fire departments and police departments in Connect. So we've done a lot of different things. As Kelly mentioned, we have a lot of grant and technical assistance opportunities. We can't do what we do without partnerships with the various nonprofits and utility companies and what have you in this region to bring that expertise to your doorstep in the way that you need it. And And so, we've had a number of grants just this year, about $3 million in infrastructure and resilience grants that were brought to some of our governments. But the key is that we really shape the organization to what you guys want to see. It's very much based in feedback, so we constantly try to engage our governments, try to ask them what are the pain points at Bridgeville Borough, what are the pain points in the South Hills, what are the pain points around the region, and we try to bring governments together around those topics and try to work with them to come up with some clever solutions, unique solutions. Everything we do is by members for members, and so Bridgeville, if you would, if you do want to join, definitely come into it knowing that you're able to shape what the organization does and the kinds of projects that we can work on all together. So, the steps is of course considering it and then eventually passing a resolution. And designating a couple of representatives that can come to some of the meetings, and it's definitely not restrictive to those folks that you actually identify. Any one of you who show up, whether it's elected staff, public works folks, police, anybody that is topic specific, or you just want to listen to other governments and network, totally fine. So those are the steps. And the rest of the time, we just want to answer any questions that you might have.
Anybody have any questions? Yes, Justin?
Do you have agendas when you have these meetings so that we know?
Yes.
Yep. So we have, one of the staples of the organization is monthly member meetings, and what that means is we just have an open call to bring in all the governments as a part of the organization. We're now around 40 members, and we have monthly meetings to just talk about usually a specific topic. So last couple weeks ago, right before Thanksgiving, it was about crisis communication. So it was about how do we standardize in some way across boroughs that might need to fill some gaps in crisis comms when something were to happen in a community. How does the emergency management coordinator get that information out? How do councils work with staff, right? And what do some other boroughs do that we don't? And so it's just a lot of learning that goes on. That was just the topic last month. We have different topics all the time. And then we have project-specific meetings as well, which sometimes are dictated by members that want to work on a specific subject. And other times it's related to things that are going on in the region or the world at the time that's important to municipal government.
Yeah, we currently have a research council that's happening, so we partner with a number of universities in the city of Pittsburgh. So right now we have projects there's one that I'm going to be working on. We had a member come to us talking about the stress that was put on their public safety, either police, fire departments, in taking care of state roads and using their volunteers to clean up accidents and direct traffic, and they weren't getting any reimbursements for that. So that's now going to be one of our research council projects with CMU to look at how we can figure out how to manage that and how we can get those municipalities paid for the work that they're doing. So, it's ideas that come out of you all and what's going on in your communities, and we kind of take that, and we can even go to some place like the Research Council and say, this is the problem they're having, what kind of ideas do we have around this? Are there students, are there graduate students that are looking at these kind of things in public policy that they might want to do some research around and dive in for us? So there's a lot of different opportunities to get involved.
Any other questions?
Anything else? Okay. Thank you guys so much for coming.
Yeah.
Greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, public comment. Nick Shashelski.
Good evening, my name is Nicholas Shashelski. I reside at 734 Maple Street, Bridgeville, PA 15017. I'm here on behalf, and I'd like to echo Mr. Sarasnik and Mayor Copeland's words earlier, to express my personal gratitude to not only this board, but the three gentlemen who are being honored this evening. Not only have you been a pillar to our community, but the framework and groundwork of the person that I've aimed to become as a man. So I appreciate all of you individuals, people, and friends, and thank you for the honor of working with you, and I look forward to working with you guys again in the future. So thank you so much. I know the community feels the same way. Thanks.
Thanks, Nick. Oh, boy, it's going to take on the next 45 minutes. Mike Palmer. 3 minutes, Mr. Coleman. Actually, I'll give you more than that. It's my last meeting.
To echo everybody's been saying, I just came up here, I want to thank Bruce, Joe, and Bill, more so on behalf of the Planning Commission. You guys have been supporters of the Planning Commission. The Planning Commission, over the last, when I got involved with Bridgeville, it looks totally different. We have a strong group of people on the Planning Commission that are doing a lot of great things. And it's because of your leadership. You like to, when you leave something, you want to leave it better than when you started. And you guys can honestly lift your heads up high, knowing that Bridgeville's in a better place now than it was when you started. And thank you for that. I hope, the new people that are coming on council, I'll get to know them eventually. I hope they pick up the torch that you guys have and keep it going, and keep the momentum that you guys have started, and so we can continue the good work that this council has been doing. So, thank you very much.
Thanks, Mike. Okay, any other public comment? All right, let's start the meeting. Back here. Motion to approve the November 5th, 2025 special budget meeting and November 10th, 2025 regular meeting minutes as submitted. Jason and Bruce, any questions? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. A motion to approve the December 2025 bill list. Bruce and Jason, any questions? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. A motion to approve the December 12th, 19th, 26th, and January 2nd payrolls.
I'll make the motion.
Justine? Second. And Jason. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. A motion to adopt resolution number 2025-10, a resolution of the Borough of Bridgeville, Allegheny County, Pennsylvania, approving the budget for the fiscal year 2026 and adopting the same.
So moved.
Bill Henderson and Bruce. Any questions?
Yeah, comment. Thanks to Verducci and Joe Cower for putting this together. We even have a little bit of a surplus this year, but thank you guys for what you've done.
We had fun at our lunch, huh? Our annual lunch talking about that.
I'm gonna miss it.
Yeah.
Okay, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. A motion to adopt resolution number 2025-11, a resolution of the Borough of Bridgeville, Allegheny County, Pennsylvania, setting the tax rates for the year 2026. Notes, no change in real estate millage. Shane and Justine, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. A motion to adopt resolution number 2025-12, resolution of the Borough of Bridgeville, Allegheny County, Pennsylvania, pursuant to the Borough Code of Ordinances, Chapter 18, Part 3, Section 301-304, establishing 2026 sanitary sewage rates. Note, no change in the borough's portion of the fee, unfortunately passing along El Casan fee increase.
So moved.
Bruce and Jason Sarazik. Any questions? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. A motion to adopt resolution 2025-13, resolution of the Borough of Bridgeville, Allegheny County, Pennsylvania, fixing the salaries and wages to be paid to the staff not represented by collective bargaining agreement for the calendar year 2026.
Motion.
Jason? And Bruce, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Motion to adopt resolution number 2025-14, a resolution of the Borough of Bridgeville, Allegheny County, Pennsylvania, establishing fees for the filing of the applications, permits, and licenses for the borough. Note, only change is the quarterly garbage fee from $77 quarterly to $83 quarterly. Shane?
Second.
and Bruce. Any questions? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. A motion to offer conditional employment to Matthew McDaniel as a probationary full-time patrolman upon the recommendation of the Chief of Police and Mayor, pending the candidates successfully passing physical, drug, and psychological and weapons qualification exams.
So moved.
Bill Henderson
Second.
and Shane. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. A motion to offer conditional employment to Braden Fedoric as a probationary full-time patrolman upon the recommendation of the Chief of Police and Mayor, pending the candidate successfully passing physical, drug, psychological, and weapons qualification exams.
So moved.
Bill
Second.
and Justine, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. A motion to offer conditional employment to Jerome Damon as a labor equipment operator upon the recommendations of the Public Works Committee, pending the candidate successfully passing physical and drug exams.
Make a motion.
Jason
Second.
and the other Jason. Any questions? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Those three gentlemen, congratulations, welcome on board, a great town. So happy, especially excited for you to join the Bridgeville community.
Thank you.
A motion to authorize joining Connect, the Congress of Neighboring Communities, at an annual membership fee not to exceed $400.
I make a motion.
Justine
Second.
and Jason, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. A motion to approve the May Avenue plan of lots minus subdivision of the parcel 255-E-150, corner of Mayview Avenue and Crestview Drive into two buildable lots as recommended by the Bridgeville Planning Commission, pending the applicant address the sewer planning module response per the engineer's comment and the second plan review letter dated October 27, 2025.
So moved.
Bruce and Jason, any questions?
I do have a question about the module response per the engineer's comments. Did we not get that in planning already?
We haven't received it yet.
Okay. And it was guaranteed that we're gonna get it?
It won't be executed without receiving it.
Okay.
John, do you want to make a comment?
To that comment, yeah, the plant, the subdivision cannot be executed and signed prior to receiving the third-party approval.
Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. A motion to authorize the purchase of a 2026 Ford F600 4x4 chassis from Laurel Auto Group at the state CoStar's pricing of $59,355.
Second.
Bruce and Jason, any questions?
No questions, Joe. Is that, we're putting a full belt body on that?
Yes, I'm still working out the proposal from A&H.
Okay.
So that's, we'll just pick it up at the next meeting. The lead time is getting the actual truck here. So this will commit
Sometimes
the
it's
truck.
almost a year to do it.
As you see, this will be our first time buying an F600.
Yeah.
So this has a higher weight limit. It was only $400 more from a 550 to a 600, so
Exactly.
it really made no sense not to do this.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's $60,000. I would have thought it was more.
Well, the
Dump
dump
truck
truck,
CoStar's that.
when the dump truck's done, you're looking at $110,000 for it.
Yeah.
Oh, see.
It's just, you're not getting a dump.
This is just a canvas wheels.
Obviously, I'm not a mechanic.
Well, no, yeah, it's it's really reasonable.
It's a good price, yeah.
That's pickup truck's $80,000, so.
Well, that was kind of my comment, but it came out the wrong way.
Yeah.
No, it is a good number. That's the state government piggyback price.
Yeah, okay, exactly. Thank you.
All right, I forget. Did we do the whole thing on that one?
No.
Okay.
Then we have a motion second, we just don't have a vote.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. A motion to authorize PennDOT to construct 450 foot of new sidewalk on the south side of Chartier Street from Bank Street to Chartiers Park as recommended by the Bridgeville Planning Commission. Note, this is in lieu of a mid-block crossing at Winfield Street that was not authorized by PennDOT. Construction of the new sidewalk will be part of the Chartier Street Slope Repair Project and constructed at no cost to the borough.
So moved.
Bruce? Second. And Shane. Any questions? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. A motion to authorize the disbursement of $12,000 from the Capital Project Fund to Sports and Recreation Associates for partial payment number 1 of the Chartiers Park Shelter 1 replacement project.
I'll make a motion on that.
Shane
Second.
and Jason. Any questions? I have one. Is this just for the demo?
Yes.
And the dump truck too.
All right, now we're picking on Joe in the middle of the meeting. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. A motion to exonerate tax collector Anne Marie Parisi from the collection of the 2022 delinquent real estate taxes that have been sent to Jordan Tax Service for lien.
So moved.
Second.
Bruce and Justine, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. A motion to accept and pay any commission due November 2025 real estate tax collector reports.
Make a motion.
Second.
Shane and Bruce, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. A motion to acknowledge receipt of the November 2025 treasurer's report. Jason and Bruce, any questions? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. A motion to accept all submitted November 2025 official reports.
So moved.
Second.
Bill and Bruce, any questions? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. All right, now you're gonna hold on a second because I have to have a drink, so. Administration,
Report.
administration, do you have anything to report?
Yes, I just want to thank the administration and the staff, the public works and the police that I've had the privilege of working with for the last 16 years or so. And I just want to thank you and every member of council. I appreciate all your help and support, and I'll leave it at that. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions for administration? Finance, I really don't have anything to report other than, remember, I am still a banker at Brentwood Bank, and now I can officially be your banker, but I am happy to help in any capacity as far as the finance in the future. You got a great handle of what their borough manager knows everything inside and out, so you probably won't need my help in regards to that. But Joe, kudos to you as far as always handling things very professionally, but always trying to find their money. It's been a privilege to work with you on that. Any questions for finance? Parks and Rec.
Not much to report. I know Jason and Justine and I are gonna get ready for our winter parks review. Did a lot of nice things. Light Up Night was just last Friday, well attended. I was not there, I was with Joe for his going away party, sorry. But no, looking forward to having a new public works guy. This is still a little bit from Mr. Strasnick, and really looking forward to staffing up. And to reiterate, thanks to Bruce, and Joe, and Bill for all the tutelage and everything you guys have done. So, that's all we have for parks.
Thanks, Shane. Anything with parks? Any questions? Public Works, Mr. Sarazin.
I had a couple things. The first thing is, I don't know if people might not hear this, but the first winter snow clearing, streets and sidewalks was completed on December 2nd. And the winter hasn't even started yet.
Let the fun begin.
We ordered some salt, to replace what we used. There's some sewer maintenance. Of course, Trunk Park was decorated for Light of Night. And that was a complete success. And basically, all the business district, if everyone's coming down the main street, it's all been decorated. And, we're just cleaning the culverts and ongoing maintenance.
Any questions for Public Works? Public Safety, Mr. Henderson.
First of all, congratulations to the chief. He gets to make a schedule now with all the many needs to run it, so happy to report that. If I could take a second, just a few remarks. I'll try to get through this, but first and foremost, let me say thanks to the residents of this community for allowing me to represent you for 22 years. I never took your commitment to me lightly or for granted, and I've always tried to serve each of you with respect and honesty. I hope I'm leaving Bridgeville a little better than it was when I first started this journey, and since Mike said I am, I'm gonna take that as a win. Second, I want to thank my colleagues, both present and those that I've served with in the past. Your collaboration through the years has been educational and very satisfying to me. There are too many from the past to name, but trust that I've enjoyed our spirited conversations and more than you could ever imagine. Excuse me. Special thanks to Joe Cowher. Joe, you make sitting up here as easy as it could possibly be. Your preparation is beyond compare, and Bridgeville's lucky to have you. And finally, I want to say thanks to my family. It might be tough. Through 22 years, there have been many times that I shorted my family in lieu of my commitment to council, and I appreciate you more than you know, the support that you've given me through 5 elections and many meetings I've attended for this community. And I also appreciate you love Bridgeville as much as I do. So, I bid farewell to this role as councilman. I'll continue to seek ways to serve and give back to this community that has given so much back to me. And I'll see you around town, or perhaps I'll meet you at the bridge. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thanks, Paul. All right, Charlotte West COG, Jason.
Before I pass it on, because I actually wasn't able to attend the last meeting, Shane attended my stead. I just wanted to congratulate the 3 new hires. We're really excited about the three individuals we brought aboard. I think they're going to make excellent members of our team. And then I too wanted to just pass on my high regard for the 3 individuals who are going to be stepping aside from council. You guys have been great mentors for a lot of us. Like Shane and I, for instance, are brand new to the council, and you've been unselfish in passing on your wisdom. All 3 of you are class acts, and when I was thinking about it, I was talking to my wife, I'm like, the thing that you 3 have is that even though you may always agree on everything, you put Bridgeville first. That's your guiding light, and I think that's something that all of us can take from what you've done and the legacy that you led. So I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. And Shane attended for me for the call.
Yeah, that was held at Crafton a couple weeks ago. Thanks for sharing that and passing on. You got me a nice meal there, Jay. Appreciate it. They just had the solicitor present on the Verizon and Comcast upcoming renegotiation, which Joe Cowher has handled. They actually have Bridgeville on the list that we were up for renegotiation, but thanks to you, I already knew about it, and there were a lot of people there that didn't know anything about it, so I sounded half smart again, thanks to you. That was about it. Quick 20 minutes. You did a nice presentation, and I know we're looking at that with the cable franchising.
Yes, we're in the process for Comcast, and we'll be doing Verizon next.
Yeah, so that was about all they had to talk about. It was nice to see everyone.
Okay, any questions for the COG? Mayor Betty.
We certainly want to thank Public Works for the beautiful look that Triangle Park has. It really does look like a winter wonderland. We thank them. God bless all of you that are leaving us, and may we all have a blessed holiday season and prayers for the new year. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Any questions for Mayor? Police Department Chief James.
You have my monthly report for the month of November. Any questions, I can answer them. Also, Santa has officially locked up Buddy the Elf. He's gone. He's not coming back. But on December 21st, Santa himself has agreed to come to Bridgeville, and he will be at the Bridgeville Fire Hall. Starting at 9 a.m., we're offering a breakfast, all kids in attendance, and I just finalized some toys to be delivered that we're actually going to get. So every child in attendance should get a toy. So please bring down your kids to meet Santa, have a nice warm breakfast, and come on out and enjoy the holidays with us.
Any questions for Chief? Solicitor McDermott.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You have my written report. I think Jason summed it up best, 2 words, class act. And I just wanted to tell you 3 gentlemen what a privilege and honor it's been to serve you for all these years.
Any questions for the solicitor? Thanks, Paul. Borough Engineer, John.
Mr. President, brought a copy of the engineer's report. The only items I would note is we are working to finalize and close out the 2025 road program. We got a few punch lists items that still need to be addressed, and that's about it. Other than that, I'm going to wish everyone a happy holidays and thank the 3 of you for being on council and working with us to achieve some good projects. If there's any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Any questions for John? Thanks, John. Feel better. And fire department. Bob.
Thank you, sir. The fire department responded to 29 calls in the month of November, bringing our call volume to 387 calls for the year so far. And Sunday the 21st, after the breakfast at the fire department, Santa and Mrs. Claus will be going around town as they always do. That'll be immediately following. That's all I've got.
Any questions for Bob? Southbridge, Dan.
Our report was submitted, and we would like to thank the board and all those seated up there for their strong support of EMS and everything they've done to, be behind us and making it better for the residents and what we do. So, thank you very much.
Thank you, Dan. Any questions for Dan? Bridgeville Historical Society. Do we have anybody here? Ready to go?
2026 calendar is available. It has pictures of homes in Bridgeville that are 100 years old. The cost is $10. Our monthly programs will resume the last Sunday in January at 1:30 p.m. at the Chartiers Room. Layla Asbury, a senior from Chartiers Valley High School, will speak on little-known presidential assassination attempts. And the Historical Society wishes to wish everyone a Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Bridgeville Library, Aaron.
We are winding down our winter programs, so we do have 2 things going on this weekend. On Friday, we have our holiday happy hour fundraiser. It's from 6 to 8. Tickets are $15 a person. You can buy them online or at the door. There will be live music. You get 1 free drink included. There's holiday trivia and food from local eateries. And then Saturday is our free all-day family fun day. There will be pictures with Santa, face painting, a Santa magic show, and a craft. Thank you.
Any questions for Erin or her assistant that came tonight?
Well, if you didn't get the comment, it's Friday night, I know, Erin is very mild-mannered, but she knows how to throw a party, so Friday night. It's pretty cheap, great fun, great food, entertaining.
Okay, thanks, Dixon. All right, Bridgeville Parking Authority. I know Deb was on vacation. The one thing that I have to say, they have done a great job at the Parking Authority. However, I've asked the last 3 meetings to look what's next from the Parking Authority. And I have gone to those Parking Authority meetings, and there's never been any conversations about what's happening in the future. So I'm asking the council that would be coming for next year, keep pushing for that, because they're doing a great job now getting established as a good parking authority and managing their funds and handling things. Now it's time to take it to the next level on how to do the projects, how to have things. So I will ask council as a resident of Bridgeville to keep pushing for that. Bridgeville Planning Commission, I'm not sure who's going tonight.
here.
All right, good. Melissa?
I second Mike's thanks to council for your support of planning commission and the work that we're doing. So our updates, we are continuing to discuss North End revitalization and traffic improvements. We are talking about the Liberty Street pedestrian path, and we're going to be looking at, are there any safety updates that we can make on that to make it more usable for the community. We're continuing to discuss looking for opportunities on the west side of town for a playground or a park. We have requested parking authority to investigate adding EV charging stations. We discussed a few updates in 2026 to the Baldwin Street Pollinator Garden, and our next meeting is January 26th.
Okay, any questions for the planning commission? Borough Manager Joe Carr.
Thank you. Some exciting news since our last meeting. We were awarded a $305,000 grant from the state for the, I call it a sub-phase of phase one for the flood control project. It's identified for the culvert project. John's online. The culvert's estimated at 1.8, almost $2 million. We have the $1 million flood grant that we got a couple years back. It's sitting in limbo. This is for $305,000, and we've been working through a FEMA grant for $712,000. We've gone through 2 reviews since our last council meeting, and the reviews, they serve a purpose, but it's a lot of red tape that John and I are jumping through. For example, the reviews last month is that can we amend the contract for when the work would be done the wintertime, not because of business interruption, because of the possibility that an endangered bat may live in 4 trees that we have to remove for the project. So we said we'll just remove the trees in the wintertime. So we're thinking, and they're happy. It's just they're doing their job, checking boxes. And we posted the property or the culvert area last week, giving notice that this project is pending. So we're getting one step closer. So hopefully, if this thing gets the green light, which we're on track, the culvert replacement is fully funded by grants. It could be done potentially within the year. So that's a very exciting project. It's going to be difficult because it's only one way in, one way out. Commercial Street, our firehouse is down there. So John has a very good plan that can do it in phases that keeps the street open, but we're in track to have that project fully funded. So getting that support this month for that grant was really exciting. In line with grants, we submitted another, we call it an LSA grant, so local share accounts, the gaming money at the state level for the Chartiers Park ball field lights. The state, because of the budget impasses that were all in the news the past year, the state grants were delayed in getting announced. So the state's Commonwealth Finance Authority is scheduled to meet in January. So we're hoping to know, we got 4 grants pending already outside of this for that project. So we'll know if any of those applications are awarded, hopefully within the month. So hopefully when we come here at our February meeting, we have some good news.
So if you hit all 4 right, called a grand slam, all 4 grants, can we do that?
Yes, and that would be my dream, because one grant will match the other. So ideally, instead of having the match come out of the capital project fund, the one match would be the other grant. So it's happened before. So hypothetically, that would be a Christmas
Joe to
tree.
do it on the track.
Yes. Yeah. So, and then the last thing, going back to the flood grant, I check in with Fetterman's office every other week regarding appropriations. The Homeland Security appropriations haven't made it to vote yet, but they're still pushing for our appropriation request to reestablish the Lost Brick grant from earlier this year. So that's still moving forward, but I really have no update other than it's still in the works. Some exciting news, Mrs. Tolmer's in the audience, and then at last month's council meeting, we authorized doing a tree tender course here in Bridgeville for our new Shade Tree Commission, the public works staff, and some folks in the neighborhood. We knew that was going to cost $1,700. Mrs. Tolmer was able to get a grant through the work that she does with Heinz Endowments to pay for that. So it won't cost the borough anything, and it's really a nice thing that we're doing. As you asked about Chartiers Park, Even though we're now in a winter hiatus, the contractor did demolish the old shelter. Our public works crews did remove the 2 leaning trees that were in the construction site. So the site is ready for the new shelter to go in. The contractor does want to do, once we have a little break in the weather, does want to do the concrete slab over the winter time. The shelter is supposed to be here in March, they're telling us. So hopefully when we open the parks with like the weather in April, the new shelter is ready to go. So it's really exciting. With that, going on how you guys all said about Winter Blast, it was a really nice community event. And I think it's worth noting that Bill Chilio and the Public Works crew always, he takes that personal, him and Mike that used to work here, they really take it as a lead, and they do an excellent job decorating that park, and they should be recognized for that. Lastly, I want to thank Mr. Ducey, Mr. Henderson, Mr. Galaducci. It's really been an honor to work with you, and I'm grateful that you entrust me in the opportunity to serve the community, and it's always been really exciting, enlightening. I learned a lot from you guys, and everyone says class act, but you know, you guys really are. And I always say, when I grow up, I'm going to be just like you guys. You know? So,
You're not that much younger.
I know. Everyone says that, but thank you. That's all I have.
Any questions for Joe?
Yeah, I do have a question, but if they pour the cement in the wintertime, is there any problem with curing the cement?
No, I don't think so. There's ways it can be done.
Yeah, you can put calcium in. Blankets.
Yeah, they put blankets to keep it warm for a little while.
Is there a guarantee on it? Or
There's a
warranty?
maintenance bond, yes.
Okay.
Anything else? I, of course, can't, go ahead, Bruce.
I just could say thanks, Joe, for all you do for us. And just with your report, just right there, plus we have the written one, so just thank you for your diligence. Appreciate it.
It's fine.
I, of course, can't go without having a little note myself, so I'll be a minute. When I look back over the last 10 years, I see a story of progress, a story written by all of us. Together, we've accomplished things that truly matter. The flood mitigation projects that protect our homes, the park improvements that bring families together, and even critical upgrades. You can't see, but that keep our town very strong. These aren't just projects, they're proof of what happens when a community comes together with a purpose. Now, some have tried to label these achievements as the work of one political party over another. But let me be clear, this wasn't about politics. This was about people, dedicated residents of Bridgeville who rolled up their sleeves and said, let's make our town better. And I truly believe we did. The borough's work is far from finished. Ahead lie new challenges and even greater opportunities. The next council will face big decisions, and while we are losing 3 members with a combined 50 years of experience, you are also welcoming back leaders who have served before and know what it takes to guide Bridgeville forward. This is not the time to slow down. It is critical that we continue to the momentum that was build on the foundation we've laid, and push for even greater progress. The future of Bridgeville depends on your commitment as the new council to keep moving forward. To do that, we need to keep the momentum alive. And priority number 1, it needs to be to support this man, Joe Carr. His vision for Bridgeville is bold, innovative, and always ahead of its time. Joe doesn't just see what's possible, Joe finds ways to make it happen. With your support, that vision will continue to shape our future. Before I close, I want to express my gratitude. There are countless people who I could thank, but 4 stand out. First, my wife, Karen. Her sacrifices made my service possible. There were many times we had plans, but duty called. I can't believe I'm doing this. Karen, thank you for your patience and unwavering support. Second, Bill Henderson and Mike Tolmer. I never imagined being in politics. Truthfully, I hate politics. But Bill and Mike taught me what real leadership looks like, making decisions for the good of the community. I'll miss our dinners and those notebooks filled with ideas, proof of how far we've come. And finally, Joe Carr. Your passion and creativity inspire me every day. You reminded me that even the toughest challenges can be overcome when we care deeply about the place we call home. Bridge is more than a town. It's a community that refuses to settle for good enough. We've proven what's possible when we work together, so I ask you to keep pushing forward, keep dreaming big, and make the next 10 years even better than the last 10. To our next council, the responsibility is now yours. Keep the momentum alive, build on what we've started, support Joe Carr and trust his vision. Lead with integrity, listen to the people, and never forget that every decision you make must serve the best interests of the whole town of Bridgeville. The future of this town is in your hands, and make it a future we can all be proud of. I want to thank everybody and keep building the future of Bridgeville as one. So thank you. Okay. And one new business report, since we've gone past a half hour. Biennial reorganization January regular meetings will be held on Monday, January 5th at 7 o'clock. Any other comments?
One last, thanks for the cookies.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss those.
One last time I get to make a motion to adjourn.
Can I have a second?
Yes, you may.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.